If you don't understand the difference between a racial preference and a fetish, I'm going to break it down for you right now. For instance, if you are attracted to Asian women and you're a man because you think that they are submissive, or they are hairless, or they are small or childlike, that is a fetish because you are literally looking at their body as an object for the stereotype about that race. That is why you are attracted to them.
If you are a white man dating black women in this country, your life is not in any danger. Let's not speak in hyperbole because you had one bad experience with a Hebrew Israelite who is inherently bigoted. It does not make it okay for you to make broad statements against black men, especially in this racial climate where anti-black is the running theme of the country. And if you're marshmallow soft and your first thought is I need to get a pistol to protect myself instead of I need to learn how to defend myself, maybe you shouldn't be dating at all, because there is an inherent risk whenever you step outside that somebody is going to test you. That could be black men, white men, Hispanic men, any plethora of men could potentially threaten you in this country.
When a girl dates a black guy, I lose 100% interest in her. Now, this might sound racist, but it's not racist.
Spoiler alert, this is actually one of the most racist things I've ever seen in my life. I was wondering where I'd seen this guy before, and I remembered it's the profile picture behind the hate reaction on a Facebook post about kids getting free school lunches. Not actually, but basically. Let's collectively grab our barf bags and hear them out.
It's not racist because you can tell, bro. Like, let's not fucking kid ourselves. Let's not play the race card.
Sir, you brought it up. This would be like me asking you to play Go Fish and then being like, what are you doing? Don't draw a card.
They're like, oh, you're just because of this. Not because of that. If somebody genuinely likes somebody because they're black, cool. Or somebody likes interracial, whatever. It's fine.
Is it? Because you're making a whole video about this.
But let's not kid ourselves. You can tell when somebody's dating someone else because of their attributes, because of their performance capabilities and stuff like that.
No, you can't. How would you know that? This is where the racism comes in, and you don't see how this is so supremely racist. People are like, oh, well, just saying they have big dicks and they're good at sex. That's all that you're seeing. You see a black guy and that's all that you see. It's creepy for one thing. It's supremely racist too. It's no longer a positive thing if it's the only thing. I highly doubt that every time you see a white dude, you see a tiny dick and think about how he's bad at sex. Do you see why this is weird?
This guy said, if you're a brown girl going to Afro Nation, you're not worthy of marriage. So let me paraphrase what he really meant. If you're a brown girl hanging around black men, you're not worthy of a brown man. Attitudes like this are very common for brown men. They think that, first of all, brown women owe them something just because they are of the same color or same caste or something like that. And they have some weird fetishization that black men are going to steal their women. When I say their women, that's what I mean. They think that they own these women. First,
there's a conversation exploding on TikTok. People are finally asking the question that's been hiding in plain sight. When you say you have a preference, what does that actually mean? And how do you know the difference between genuine attraction and a fetish dressed up in polite language? The answers aren't comfortable, but they're necessary.
If you don't understand the difference between a racial preference and a fetish, I'm going to break it down for you right now. For instance, if you are attracted to Asian women and you're a man because you think that they are submissive, or they are hairless, or they are small or childlike, that is a fetish because you are literally looking at their body as an object for the stereotype about that race. That is why you are attracted to them, because ultimately that's about power. Another one is if you're a white woman and you only date black men because you think that they have bigger. You show no interest in their culture, their life, their family, etc. You only want to use them as sort of a token for people to think that you are different because you are dating a black person, not because you actually care about the person you're dating. Do you see the difference here? One is rooted in power and one is rooted in genuine attraction and support and care. I already don't understand only finding one race or physical type attractive because there are so many beautiful people in this world, but there is a difference between having a preference for how people look and having a fetish.
When a girl dates a black guy, I lose 100% interest in her. Now, this might sound racist, but it's not racist.
Spoiler alert, this is actually one of the most racist things I've ever seen in my life. I was wondering where I'd seen this guy before, and I remembered it's the profile picture behind the hate reaction on a Facebook post about kids getting free school lunches. Not actually, but basically. Let's collectively grab our barf bags and hear them out.
It's not racist because you can tell, bro. Like, let's not fucking kid ourselves. Let's not play the race card.
Sir, you brought it up. This would be like me asking you to play Go Fish and then being like, what are you doing? Don't draw a card.
They're like, oh, you're just because of this. Not because of that. If somebody genuinely likes somebody because they're black, cool. Or somebody likes interracial, whatever. It's fine.
Is it? Because you're making a whole video about this.
But let's not kid ourselves. You can tell when somebody's dating someone else because of their attributes, because of their performance capabilities and stuff like that.
No, you can't. How would you know that? This is where the racism comes in, and you don't see how this is so supremely racist. People are like, oh, well, just saying they have big dicks and they're good at sex. That's all that you're seeing. You see a black guy and that's all that you see. It's creepy for one thing. It's supremely racist too. It's no longer a positive thing if it's the only thing. I highly doubt that every time you see a white dude, you see a tiny dick and think about how he's bad at sex. Do you see why this is weird?
When I see a girl that I can tell is just dating a black guy, just for his gifts and his talents, you know, I'm turned off by that.
That's so creepy. It's so creepy that you thought this and then made a whole ass video.
Because it tells me that you can't control yourself enough to where you just want to have a good time. And it's just a turnoff.
Wow. Just a devastating blow to women. My goodness. This random guy doesn't like that they like black men. How will they recover?
To me, it's like for girls. If you see that I am sleeping with a girl just because she has a big ass, that should be a turnoff. Because like this guy only thinks with his dick, with his head down there, not the one up here.
Thing is that women don't think like that. The only time that would even be considered is if everything else about that person sucked. Like if they were just a bad person and they had a fat ass, it'd be like, okay, yeah, that's obviously the only thing that he cares about. But by saying that, you're basically admitting that that is everything. That is the only thing. So when you see a black person, you're like, oh, they're good at sex. That has to be it. That's the only thing that could be possibly. We know that there's no way that they're nice, funny, smart, anything like that. It has to just be that one thing. But it's not racist, dude. It's not the race car. And is your argument that, like, if a woman has a fat ass, that's, like, all that she can bring to the table? My wife has a fat ass and is awesome. Okay? Everything about this guy suggests that he has a serious porn issue. I have no problem with pornography. Obviously, that's a loaded topic. There's a lot that goes into it. Consent, human trafficking, stuff like that. But for the most part, two consenting adults, you know, by all means, knock yourselves out. But like anything, some people just can't handle it. They'll take a good thing and make it weird. You've made it weird. You can tell that this is a big part of your life. And so everything that you see is through a sexualized lens. Like, you're seeing dicks everywhere now. You see that? Like, I can tell you're probably a straight dude, but you're seeing dicks every time you see a black person. Something's wrong there, bud.
So it's the same way for me. You know, I'm not that kind of person. I don't truly give a shit if a girl has a fat ass or not. Or, you know, I'm actually a face person. I don't give a fuck
Okay.
about anything else. Like, I'm not too sexual.
Sex roll. The type of sushi. 2 sex rolls, please.
You know, I'm not that person. I think my brain is too elevated. I'm too much of a genius to give a shit about stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
It's like all those porn stars that go and bang guys, and now they want all those porn sites to wipe the internet so that their future kids don't see that shit. It's not gonna happen.
See what I mean? This guy has porn brain. 100%. You can get your porn videos back when you pry them out of my cold, dead hands.
You made a choice, and now you have to abide to the consequences. So if you go around doing that, don't think your dad doesn't know why you slept with a black guy or a 6'7" dude. 6'7", or
Don't do that. Don't try to be funny. You're not a funny person.
why your mom doesn't realize that, or why your future kids won't realize that, or why an employer, you know.
Employer? Yeah, before we hire, you seem like a great fit. Black dudes. Into them? Bro, delete your account.
Whatever. People know.
White man unprovoked got on the internet and said, if you are a white man dating a black woman, he pinned a letter. He sent out a smoke signal, a dog whistle is what I feel like it was. And it was, hey, white men, if you need an excuse to attack a black man, here it is. You get yourself a black woman. And when black people question you about dating that black woman, you defend yourself. Where's the violence? I'm looking. I'm struggle. I'm bush. I can't see any violence anywhere. I can't see any threat anywhere. All I see is a white man using his hate for black men, perpetuating that cycle by dating a black woman, and they probably have some bird-brained cuckoo, a bird that walks on the ground, an ostrich of a black woman, feeding this delusion, sitting up talking about black men with them, and I don't like that. I can't tell you how many times I have discussed this in length. Either side, guys, and as someone who knows Forever Band and follows his content, I dare you pull out a gun on that man for asking you, what are you doing to perpetuate, to stop the perpetuation of systematic racism and oppression? What are you doing to combat that? I dare you put out a gun. I don't. I think you should do what's safe for you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me too. I'm Danielle to you, and the link to my podcast is in my bio. You should listen to.
The conversation about interracial dating has exploded on TikTok, and at the center of it is a simple question. Is it a preference or is it a fetish? A preference is an attraction that allows the person to be seen as a whole individual. A fetish is the reduction of that person to a stereotype, a body part, a sexual experience. As one TikToker explained, again, it's about the experimenting and the fetishization of that moment, and the dehumanization of the person you're participating in this activity with. That makes it a fetish. The warning signs are clear. Comments about your body, your skin color, how exotic or unique you are, a refusal to progress the relationship seriously, or a pattern of experiencing different races before settling down with someone of their own race.
This guy said, if you're a brown girl going to Afro Nation, you're not worthy of marriage. So let me paraphrase what he really meant. If you're a brown girl hanging around black men, you're not worthy of a brown man. Attitudes like this are very common for brown men. They think that, first of all, brown women owe them something just because they are of the same color or same caste or something like that. And they have some weird fetishization that black men are going to steal their women. When I say their women, that's what I mean. They think that they own these women. First of all, you're not entitled to anything in this world, especially not a woman's loyalty when she doesn't know you. Second of all, when they say insecurity is loud, this is what they're talking about. And this is just downright racism. And it comes from not actually knowing any black people. You see them as this object. You see them as savages, not as human beings with emotions and feelings. You see them as someone trying to steal your women. And we know why this is. Brown guys tend to stay in their own community a lot and don't really get out there and interact with guys of different races. So because you're in your own bubble, this is all you know of black people, all you know of them. And because you're in your own bubble, all you know of black people is stereotypes. And the common black stereotype is the hypermasculine. You know the rest. I'm not even going to finish it for you. Let this be a PSA that this insecurity is revolting to women, and try and live outside your bubble and try to speak to people of different races and learn them and recognize that people are individuals, not their race.
Why are you dating a white man?
A white man? Wait, you're dating a white man too.
Well, I want to know your answer first.
I started with Asian.
Okay, me too.
And then it was black.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was like, if I go black, I can't go back. Like, I literally thought that. I was like, oh, I can't go back. So I literally dated multiple black men.
Oh.
But I didn't, it wasn't long term. I was like, just for fun. And
Hey,
then,
you were out there breaking all these black men's heart.
And then after that, I was like, you know what? I should try something different. It was like Asian, black, and then it was Hispanic.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, I was like, that's when I was like on Bumble and like Tinder and all that stuff. Then it was like a white man.
Wow.
And then it's been a white man.
It's been a white man.
Yeah.
So a white man's the keeper.
No, I don't know what it is about him.
I'm like making this a joke, but obviously it's because his personality, not the fact that he's white.
White, yeah, right.
But of
What about
course,
you?
it's because he's white. No.
No, it's because he's white. You can say. Let me guess. First man, Asian man you dated. Maybe your parents told you you're supposed to date another Asian person, or just proximity, right? Looks like he's probably around you, so you went for that guy first, like you were supposed to, right? Then you got a little bit rebellious. You said, I want something different. I want something that I can go and fetishize. So then you went and dated black men. But like you said, they were just for fun, right? You never once took any of those black men seriously. You just wanted to get fucked. So then after getting ran through, you said, well, I want someone I can settle down with. So then you went and found a white guy. And then you settled down with the white guy, probably a safer option, kind of a white guy. And that's who you chose because you kind of look down on the black guy and you don't take it. Asian guy seriously, so you chose a white man. Because mind you, whatever that white man offers you, you could have found in the package of an Asian man. You could have also found in the package of a black man, but you specifically chose a certain type of Asian man, and you definitely specifically chose a certain type of black man that you could go have fucking fun with. And then you chose a reasonable white man to settle down with, right? So let's take all the mystery and giggling and fun, and let's just say, hey, some of this is self-hate, some of this is I fetishize other races, and some of this is I settled down with someone that was white for safety and probably for acceptance because your parents probably told you that it was the right thing to do. Yeah, but it's funny. Like, just say you couldn't bring no niggas home to your mama. I'd actually respect that a little bit more.
If you are a white man dating black women in this country, your life is not in any danger. Let's not speak in hyperbole because you had one bad experience with a Hebrew Israelite who is inherently bigoted. It does not make it okay for you to make broad statements against black men, especially in this racial climate where anti-black is the running theme of the country. And if you're marshmallow soft and your first thought is I need to get a pistol to protect myself instead of I need to learn how to defend myself, maybe you shouldn't be dating at all, because there is an inherent risk whenever you step outside that somebody is going to test you. That could be black men, white men, Hispanic men, any plethora of men could potentially threaten you in this country. Let's not put it all on one demographic because that's who you had the bad experience with. Walking into this type of relationship dynamic as somebody who is fearful of the people that she is around the most is going to be a hard issue for you to overcome if you can't overcome your underlying issues of racism. I just want you to understand that.
Kylie Brewer's video sparked a massive conversation about interracial dating dynamics. Her point was clear. When white men date black women casually but marry white women, it suggests a fetish rather than genuine love. If there's a white guy out there and he has a girlfriend who is black and he dates her, and maybe he has another black girlfriend, but then when it's time to actually settle down and get serious, then he finds a white woman, that is probably a sign that he has a fetish. She attributed part of the dynamic to social pressure. It's a common thing of white men wanting to experience different races before they settle down and find a white wife, because there's a lot of judgment still, specifically within the white community, about interracial relationships because of white supremacy. The warning signs she outlined: if you feel like you're in a serious relationship with somebody, it's not progressing, and you find them making comments about your body, about your skin color, about your race, how different or unique you are, these are all signs that you are being fetishized. Another friend told me about a white man who said he'd always been attracted to black women. She asked him why. He couldn't answer. He just said it was a thing. She said, I realized I wasn't an individual to him. I was a category. And categories don't get loved. They get consumed.
I don't know if y'all saw this video on y'all FYP yet, but this is weird. This is a weird video and it's a weird take. And all of you black women in the comment section supporting this man, y'all weird too. Because he's calling for all white men that date black women to obtain firearms because of the way that black men look at them and the reactions that they give them when they out. Yeah, we're not. Y'all have to stop acting like the white men are going to save y'all from black men. Do y'all not see white women get on this app every day and talk about how white men treat them? How they abuse them? Do y'all not see black women get on this app and talk about the microaggressions that they experience? You cannot honestly believe that dating a white man is going to completely change your life. Like, I understand that you may not want to date black men because you have trauma in your life, but running to a white man is not going to fix all your problems. Like, I think that y'all forget that they fetishized us for a very long time. They took away from you. They forced themselves onto you. If you okay with laying with them, that's fine. But stop trying to make it seem like they're going to save you from your own community. Y'all like to call people pick-me's. The comment section of this video is a bunch of black women begging to be picked by white men.
If you're like me and you date black women, you need to have a firearm on you at all times. You need to have a concealed carry with you at all times. The reason I say this is because when I bring a black woman with me in public, I can't tell you how many times I've been threatened. I've had black men attempt to intimidate me, attempt to stare me down, and act completely inappropriate and violent towards me just because I have a black woman with me. When you think about like interracial racism, you think about white men who criticize white women for dating black men, which is just as stupid and ridiculous. But this is a whole other level because it's blatant, it's in public, and there's no shame.
You know, as somebody who is dated interracially, I feel like I'm very qualified to talk about this topic. So let's talk about it. To perpetuate this ideology that black men are inherently more violent than white men is wild. Because we have the data to support the fact that white men have historically strange, fruited, harassed, and harmed black men for just being in close proximity to white women. You're actually with black women so you can get attention. That's why. Because I know what would be happening if you were dating your own kind. I know that if you were just dating a white woman, you wouldn't get any attention. And that's what this is about. I was never concerned about what white men thought about me dating interracially. I never cared, despite that potential threat or that danger, which lets me know that you view black women as an object to gain access to attention from black men because you want to feel more masculine. Emmett Till was unalived for just the idea that he whistled at a white woman. And you got on this internet to say that you think white men, the most armed person in this country, by the way, needs to be armed in case they are dating a black woman and black men come approach them aggressively or intimidate them. So I'll say this. You don't like the way that you're being treated while you're in close proximity to a black person. Imagine how the black person feels in society. And then for you to say this is a whole other level, you think that black men are more harmful than white men. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to hear none of that teary-eyed BS you got going on where you trying to talk all slow and act like you the victim. It's giving white woman tears.
The TikTok conversation about fetishization is forcing people to ask uncomfortable questions about their own desires. And that's a good thing. As one podcast episode put it, interracial dating always sounds simple until race, validation, fetishization, and power enter the room. This episode unpacks the uncomfortable truth behind preferences, who gets chosen, who gets hidden, and why so many people confuse desire with proximity to whiteness. If you're in an interracial relationship or considering one, ask yourself the hard questions. Are you attracted to the person or the idea of them? Would you be with this person if they were the same race as you? Do you see them as an individual or as a representative of their race? Are you comfortable taking them home to meet your family? Are you willing to have the uncomfortable conversations about race? The difference between preference and fetish is simple but profound. Preference sees a person. Fetish sees a category. Preference is about connection. Fetish is about consumption.